I'm me and you are you. What's up? It's me. Happy Wednesday night. We're going to talk a little bit about Matthew Perry and some of his best moments. And then I'm going to edit a sizzle reel, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you meeting me here, wherever it is you are, day or night in the world. Tip my hat to you. We talked a little bit about it. I actually devoted an entire podcast to the news and to my stories of Matthew Perry and how you kind of grow up with somebody. And I related it to how my younger brother talked about his growing up with Harry Potter, the character, and he and mom used to wait in line at midnight, and the doors would open. Kids would be dressed up in their favorite Harry Potter costumes, and he was sad whenever the series ended. And I had never had that experience, I suppose, until Matthew Perry dies, and it's Chandler who I related to, one of the friends, if that all makes sense. So I can understand now. It's very apparent that his mark is evident, and I just wanted to kind of reflect back on Matthew Perry moments as Chandler on Friends. And if you haven't heard that podcast episode, it releases every week. You'll Die Trying, and a couple episodes ago, it's called My Friend Matthew. Check it out wherever you stream your podcast. But I'll dive right in and tell you. I believe one of my favorite moments is this. I forget if it's season 4 or 5, maybe it's 6 or 7. I don't know. Chandler doesn't dance at weddings, and that's a really funny one. And I also really enjoy, obviously all the stereotypical ones, but he did a really great job of his deliveries. And then, of course, the playing chicken with Phoebe, I believe that is season 5 itself. And then whenever Joey's character marries Chandler and Monica, and he's in that stupid costume because he was on set at the film and he was getting spat on by the famous actor, I forget his name. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. It's funny how different moments resonate differently at different points in our lives. And I was talking about this even with music and the songs that I've written and I'm re-recording or I've sat on for nearly 13 years that I'm now releasing soon. It's like they have a totally different meaning now than they did 13 years ago. But I don't know if any of that even resonates or is I'm totally all in my feels right now, and I'm thinking about how you grow up and you experience what you experience and how you apply it to a moment in your life. And Chandler and Friends, the show, actually is applied to a lot of really good moments in life, because as an adult now, not that it's not great moments, but you're an adult. There's taxes. So it's a lot different, really. And I need to read his book. I have not read. I mean, I'll listen to it on Audible. Sitting and reading a book for me is like, I'm just all over the place. But, when you watch this back or reflect on, maybe share some of your favorite Chandler moments, Matthew Perry moments. I think it would be fun to revisit those. And 10 seasons, like showing up amidst struggles of addiction and alcoholism, drug addiction, and still showing up for you and for me so that he could become this character that so many people loved and relied upon at the cost of a lot for himself. And I think that we all do that to a degree, whether it be for our children or for our spouse or for our job. Or I think it's important to maybe give yourself more attention, us as a whole. Yeah, it's easier said than done. But I admired up until his death, just his honest and authentic approach toward mental health, but also alcoholism and addiction, and how he was able to speak to it, and how people who were opposed to his thoughts and ways were maybe not as kind or gentle with their delivery or opinions. And his, from what I always saw, were very loving, the way in which he came from this place of wanting to educate and being patient and not of reactive and anger, because I couldn't imagine I mean, as someone who has struggled with mental health, and there's a lot of us who have, especially post-COVID, when someone says something about your personal walk and journey with your health and your wellness, this whole idea of like, you should do this or that's not true, the first thing you want to do is swell up and be like, let me teach you, let me learn you a thing. I read this post, forget which one of the social platforms, and it was Keanu Reeves, and he was saying he's at the point in his life where if someone says 2 + 2 is 5, okay, because it's kind of like pick your battles, choose wisely, be slow to anger. It's not worth it. I also think it's really important, totally switching gears here, but it's really, where was I getting ready to say? I have so many thoughts about, I know it has to do with the book I'm reading. Damn it. I'll come back to it. Squirrel. I'll come back to it. It's a book I'm reading, I'm listening to. It's called The Choice. I've talked about it for like a week and a half. I mean, I talked about it in the latest episode of the podcast, You'll Die Trying. It's really reflective and how everything is a choice, and you can be slow to anger, and you don't have to be mad at someone for thinking or feeling or saying what they think, feel, or say. You don't have to take it personal, because nothing's personal. I don't remember what I was thinking, but I do encourage you to check out that book, The Choice. It's by Dr. Edith Eger. She survived Auschwitz, and just her reflecting upon so honestly was quite overwhelming. Back to Pivot. That's the scene. I mean, right? I mean, that's the scene. That's the one memory that Ross and Chandler have. Pivot? I love that. That's good. That is good. Hi, Joanna. Hello. Oh, you were talking about the book, too. Awesome. Yeah, I've not read it yet. As I just said, I'm looking forward to, I'll have to check it out on Audible. See, obviously, I travel. I'm driving a lot and traveling. I don't want to sit and read it. Unless I had a Tesla. Then I could take naps and stuff. But I like to listen to the book, especially if the author is reading the book on Audible. It'd be really, really nice. But there was today, Daily Mail was talking about how the writer, 100-year-old, notable Oscar comedy writer, 6 decades showing up and writing for some really popular shows of his time, and was known to have arguably revolutionized television, which is pretty incredible because of their showing up. It's pretty amazing how we do our mundane tasks and things, and we think that we aren't necessarily making a difference or impact. Maybe we do, but not to the degree in which we actually are. And then long after the curtain closes is sometimes, and that's okay, because what people think of you, whether good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's what you kind of think of yourself, really, right? So that's my 2 cents for today. I'm actually on the computer right now. I'm editing what is called a sizzle reel, a reel of sorts I have to do in 60 seconds. I'm reviewing some of this footage, because in 60 seconds I have to have an elevator pitch for booking agents to say, hey, yeah, this makes perfect sense. So how do you fit musician, podcaster, father, entrepreneur, funeral professional, and just put it in a nice little box and wrap a pretty bow on it and say, here you go, that makes sense. Because it's not very, what's the word? It's unorthodox, very unorthodox. That's what I'm working on. Hope you've had an awesome Wednesday. I don't believe in mouses. I heard, because I don't go live on here all the time, but I heard that there is a family, forget the name of the family, it doesn't matter, well it does, but every day they go live here on YouTube. Every single day. All day. They're live. It's like, what do you do? It's like, what do you end up doing? I don't know. I have to figure out the name. But they literally take you all everywhere, all day. every day. I don't know. Maybe I should just start doing that. I could put a GoPro on my forehead and just you all can be with me. Do you think that's a good idea? Over there? Hello?
I would love it.
They would love it. Perfect. You would not know what to do. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you run out of stuff. It's like, I think though, we've talked about it on our subscribers only, is that people will watch someone live just doing whatever the hell they do. I mean, I've done that. I've watched people. I'm like, that's interesting. I would totally do that. Maybe I should just start doing that. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm editing this video. That might be interesting. I mean, maybe not. It might not be, but you know, I think we're our worst critic, and it's like self-limiting beliefs. It's like I've already, you know, lost and haven't even started yet. Yeah, watch paint dry. We'll do that. Like that guy on Twitch. What a smart thing. That's smart. Like, you know your worth, and somebody wants to talk some I don't know, like size you up. Say, okay, well, I'll do you one better. I'll let you watch me watch paint dry. It's good. Kudos to him. Yeah, so I'm gonna find some. I'm going through all of this footage. Speaking of, going back to Matthew Perry and the 10 seasons of footage. I wonder what those archives look like. It'd be amazing. It would be amazing to see, because they have, I think it's like 3 cameras that were rolling, and there's multiple takes when you're in front of a live studio audience before they go to edit it. And I wonder what the number of hours of footage they have. I'm going through, I have no telling how many hours. I have on my phone like 9,700 videos, which luckily when I do a video for social, I'll get it in 1 or 2 takes, 2 tops. But if each of those videos are 1 minute apiece, that's a lot of minutes. 9,600 minutes. I wonder how many hours that is. What's 9,600 minutes in hours? I'm not going to do 600 hours of footage. 160?
9,600?
9,600 minutes.
Yeah.
160?
Yeah.
Okay. 160 hours. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. That's a great quote. In case no one's told you lately, you are amazing, strong, brave, wonderful, kind, loved, worthy, and there is no one like you. The world needs you. Amen. Thank you for sharing that. That's good. That's good. I'm working this computer to death. Oops. Knock, knock. Hello. So slow. But it's okay. No hurry, right, guys? What's your favorite Friends episode? Do you all have a favorite episode that you all, are you even a Friends fan? I mean, you can't help but not be, I would think. Oh no. That's awful. Did you run into a trash can? You've never seen Friends? What? Love it. You need to take a deep dive, my friend. No pun intended. You definitely do. How many times you have to see at least the pivot scene? You need to look it up on YouTube, but I wonder how many takes that took. Yeah. From the laughing, from how pathetic it was set up, and dropping. I mean, Jennifer Aniston's character. I mean, Rachel was getting squished. This computer is not handling my requests. It's not working. It's not working in my favor. Hello? It's me. Yes. Yes, I am. Working on this sizzle reel. And a sizzle reel that I have to get to the booking agent so that they're able to say, here, this is why it makes sense. And I mean, it's kind of to go from music to podcast to all these different facets and then connect them and be like, this is why it makes sense. And this is why everyone's here, because that's probably why you stumbled upon me. It's because you either came for the funerals and stayed for the music, or you came for the music and you're staying for the funerals. That's what I always jokingly say. Anyway, I'm making a sizzle reel. We were talking about Matthew Perry and reflecting on how it's been like a month or so and some of our favorite Friends moments. And now I'm looking for and through all this footage. And it's a lot. Tons, really. We figured it was 160, how many hours? 161 hours?
160.
160 hours.
9,600 minutes.
9,600 minutes. 9,600 minutes on the wall, 9,600 minutes. Take one down, pass it around. We used to sing that on the way to soccer games in middle school because we were really cool in middle school. Like, really cool. No, we were not. No, we were not. 525,600. That was where was that off of?
It's called Seasons of Love.
I don't remember what it's off of though.
Rent.
Oh yes, it's off of Rent. It's off of Rent. Everybody, quit being so mean about it. Yeah, Glee, but it's Rent is the original. It's awesome.
Millennial.
Yep.
Gen Z.
Yes. This is insane. My stomach is growling. People, whoever are here because we're talking about Matthew Perry and you're watching me instead edit a sizzle reel are going to be highly disappointed. That's funny. What is going on? I think I'm in a third world country because the internet is absurd. What in the world is wrong with it? It's okay. You're working and about to go to bed. Well, you need to stay up late. We have a lot of work to do, and we don't have a lot of time, Darlene, okay? We got a lot of things to do. A lot. We have to shop for Christmas presents. We have to edit this sizzle reel. We have to export said sizzle reel. We have to email said sizzle reel. I think that's about it right now. But we're gonna need you to woman up. No, you're allowed to go to bed. What in the world? Oh, I had too many things open, guys. Okay. Now it's working. There we go. We're good. All is well in the world. Okay. Boom. Done. All right. If you didn't hear at the beginning, I started by saying that we show up and we think that some of the stuff that we do is mundane, or we're showing up and it's hard for us. I mean, going live for me is not always easy. Doing the podcast right now is really challenging, and I don't know why, but I do it. When I'm done, I always like to hear your all's responses, reactions to, and how it connects with. And I always end up feeling good after the fact. And Matthew, for his showing up for 10 seasons amidst his addictions and struggles and mental health challenges and being so honest about it, there's something to be admired there, really. You know, it's oh no. Oh wow. Well, I'm glad that they canceled that, and there were three individuals who died from that, and from that active shooter. So blessings to all those involved, and that was nice. That was a nice act of what's the word I'm looking for? Like solitude, and just being attentive to something that's more important than a game. Yeah. The takeaway here, ladies and gents, is to keep showing up, even if you don't necessarily feel like it, even if you don't feel like you're making any difference, or your efforts are overlooked or not acknowledged. That's not true. But what is true is this computer not working. What is wrong with it? I hope that you all have an awesome evening and get some rest over there, you all in the nursing home facility. I'll be here working on videos and editing, so you all have a fantastic evening. We'll talk to y'all soon.